So guys, welcome to another edition of Life Hacks. And yes, we are continuing last week's episode where I talked about parenting hacks. And of course, this is for the kids because, I mean, the kids are still home. And today I'll still be teaching you on how to make fun bracelets like I have on here. Yes. Can you remember what I thought last week? And how I thought you had to make the DIY on last week's bracelet. If you remember, please send us a comment on our social media platforms at TVC Connect. Anyways, too much talk. Let's get right into today's DIY. So today's DIY, I'll be teaching you on how to make kids bracelets, and all you need is your sellotape, your pair of scissors, a yarn from a t-shirt, your needle and thread. You could also use a shoelace if you like, and of course a little button like I have on here. As you can see, very little tiny button, yes. And now let's begin. All right, so first of all, I'm gonna cut out a little bit of my sellotape. So basically what I'm doing with this, it's just to tape my, what I'm working with, that is strips of my cloth, like I have on here, to a table. And if you've noticed here, what I've done already is I've held the tip or the edge of the cloth with a needle and thread together, like I have on here. So now what I'm gonna do is I'll stick it to the table firmly, and then I'm going to just, cut out the tape. Yeah, great. Now I'm going to start weaving. So if you know how to make a loose braid, you're not going to have a problem with it. It's very easy. So I'm creating a loose braid here with the 3 strands or 3 pieces of cloth I have on here. Like I said earlier, it's a loose braid, very loose. Do it neatly. So I'm just going to take this all the way. Make sure your braid is very nicely done. Take your time. This doesn't take time at all. So while at it, just make sure you're doing it very well. Okay, so I'm almost done here. Next stop, you get ready your needle and thread. Okay, I can see my cloth coming off, so I'm just going to stick it back in. Okay, so I have my needle and thread ready. Next stop is I'm going to take the ends of my cloth, and then tack it together neatly. So I'm just going to put my button at the top of, fix my button on the top of the cloth here, and fix my needle and thread in. So make sure that all the pieces of cloth that you're working with is nicely tacked together. And then I'm going to fix my button here and then pull out. So this is basically just, fixing a button in. It's no biggie at all. So please, kids, if you're doing this, make sure that you have your parents around or your guardians or someone, older to watch you do this, so that you don't prick yourself with the needle or the scissors. So you do this neatly. I'm going to take this in again. Just make sure that your button at the top of your cloth is neatly and nicely done. So I'm going to take that in again, take it out, pull out. As you can see, the button is quite firm on the cloth. So I'm going to do this one more time. Please be careful when doing this so that you don't prick yourself with the needle. Yeah, I'm saying it again. Aha, great. Okay, so I think that's that. And at this point, I'm just going to cut out a piece of the cloth and, okay, so this is it basically. It's very easy and simple. All you just need to do next is you wear the button in and you have your bracelets ready, as you can see here. See, very easy, simple, and you're good to go. And then you can, you know, rock it like I have done here. So like I said, I mean, since the kids are home, endeavor to keep them hands-on this period. I mean, if you try this, send me pictures on our social media platforms. I'll be waiting to hear from you. There's still so much more coming up on the show, guys. Stay with us. We'll be right back.